The best horde shooter since Left 4 Dead. Helldivers 2 review by Fleekazoid.
I got 3 things to say. God bless our troops, God bless Super Earth, and PIMS! Oh, fuck, I forgot that I activated this. Oh, I'm a fucking... You don't know how much I miss this Dutch. You never want that spot.
Oh, I don't miss that.
Again. What the fuck was that? Pimp, listen to me. You're keeping us alive. You forget about that one. And you keep him coming in. You're doing well, Pimp. Good morning, Super.
I'm actually surprised that that's not copywritten, especially with, well, copyrighted. I'm very surprised on that one. I don't know. I guess it's fair use, technically. YouTube copyright confuses me. Some things are cool, whatever. Other things are that you would never expect get absolutely hammered.
Tim, how do you know what kind of goddamn day it is? Now that I've been honorably discharged for unspecified reasons, I can tell you why you should join the Helldivers. Helldivers 2 is the latest addition to the D&D-like genre, but more importantly, it's the latest game to cross over 2 completely different genres into one beautiful new package. Whereas Palworld crossed over forced labor and Pokemon, Helldivers 2 is crossing over Dance Dance Revolution and war crimes.
Dance, you fat bitch.
And there's no place I'd rather commit my war crimes than to the tuna credence and the rice fields of Nam. That's right, Pimp. Vietnam 2 is here. We're running it back. Those tongue-punching Hollywood hippies been talking shit, so we took a play out of their playbook and remade Nam, then race-swapped the humans for robots. This one's for all the marbles, baby. Whereas Rising Storm 2 is your grandpappy's PTSD, this game is your great-grandson's PTSD. It's a bukkake of battle between us and them. Them being, you know who. You know who being those fellas. Those fellas being, I can't say who. The Space Viet Cong. This is a test of how much democracy 4 men are capable of protecting, especially when each of them are given the right to a self-defense nuke, and a self-defense artillery barrage, and a self-defense orbital piss laser. All I'm missing is a giant magnet call-in, and I'll end Vietnam 2 tomorrow. The space rice farmers will be free, whether they like it or not. That's why we're here.
This has to be a passion project. This has to be copyrighted on his end. I mean, that's fine. That's totally fine. Sometimes you just need to eat the copyright claim, be it, you know, especially if it's a valid copyright claim, and just have fun.
Here, right? Who cares? This is your chance to become a war hero. Your chance to win Vietnam this time, so they make dozens of movies about us shitting on the commies instead of that hippie propaganda. This is your battle between the indomitable human spirit and the weak, non-liberty-loving bugs. Between the dirty calculator shark. Calculate us and the Patriots, my orbital can of raid, and they're already gone. My desire to play and their servers' desire to die. Fuck post-traumatic stress disorder. It's time for future traumatic super disorder. Crash tip. If you want to dodge the queue so you can actually play the game, quit your job. This shit's gonna do something in 7 seconds. We might want to back up. To kick us off, lore. We play as Helldivers. Yes, sir! Super Earth's greatest liberators of the souls of these glittering borscht-loving commie fucks. Yes, sir! Just kidding, of course. These things don't have souls. Communists, that is.
Yes, my God!
And as Helldivers, there are only 2 cardinal rules. Blow up as many enemies as we can, and under no circumstances attempt peace with the Sputniks or the spiders, because that is treason. Peace talkers are sympathizers, and sympathizers will be treated with a golden shower from Uncle Sam himself. Yes, sir! Yes, sir, fool! The only lore you need to know is, as we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, in Super Earth we trust, in managed democracy we trust, and in liberty we deal. Yes, sir! Yes, sir! But yes, we are killing the bugs because they have fossil fuels, so I guess we better...
Yeah, they do. I mean, that was the whole... Oh, God. What is it? The bugs break down into effectively fuel. They break down into some kind of oil. This game is very on the nose.
Better get to making some fossils, gentlemen. Brash tip. You should kill yourself now.
Yeah.
For our next topic of conversation, one of the more unique things about Helldivers is that they have employed one man to fuck up my day constantly. And by that I mean, this game has a game master that wakes up in the middle of the night to give the space Viet cucks more reinforcements and God knows what else. So you know what? Now I'm waking up at 3 a.m. to counter this shit. In fact, that's why I'm awake right now. Better yet, that's why I gave up on sleep years ago. I can't even get hard anymore. Do you know how much oil I have on my hands? Not nearly enough. So keep them coming, Joel, because you may be the game master, but I'm the fucking grand game fleek, man.
I feel like this is super interesting because the game population has dwindled, right? Something PSN mandate, something 179 country ban, on top of 2 rounds with the devs because the devs wanted to make this hyper realistic experience. Oh yeah, I was there for both of those. I had my fair share of criticisms. I feel like the way they were rotating through things, having like a weekly rotator, the number of people I've talked to who just go, man, if only we got like a weekly rotator of like, sure, just give us like a free rotator of like AT mines this week, or give us some incendiary mines, or give us a call in like expendable, right? Like it doesn't have to be an extra 500, doesn't have to be an extra Eagle airstrike, right? But like rotate it, right? And maybe you're like, oh well, we get a car for free this week, or oh well, we get incendiary mines for free this week. So I mean, I guess cool, we could do it. But they don't do that. And the major orders, some of them really feel like they're balanced for prior player numbers and not current player numbers. It's really interesting watching the game as it was then versus the more modern, like, you know, with like the Illuminate and stuff, modern player count, etc. It's an interesting journey.
Mr. Pimp. Oh, the robots have red eyes. I will stare into the sun and get even redder eyes. Oh, they're made of metal. I will shoot silver up my ass and bark barcodes until I become magnetic. Oh, the game won't give me teammates. I will go outside, meet a woman who would make a great mother, woo her, and spin up a batch of little fleeks. Then in 16 to 20 years, once they're all fighting age, I will build that squad and we will turn Maybelline Creek into a gaping hole. Who's with me? That's fair. Joel, I love you, baby. Maybe we can work out a deal. Perhaps we only reinforce on the weekends when I get to see my kids. Following that, let's talk about what it means to be a Helldiver. Your duty is to free the enemies of their delusions and educate them on the ways of managed democracy. And
this was before the Chaos Diver situation as well, wasn't it? Wow, this is a relic.
Yes, from time to time, the educator's tools do require nukes, but doesn't every whiteboard come with an eraser? It's the same thing. Pull your head out of your ass, maggot. What side are you fighting for? Besides, sometimes we save people too, but oh, no one remembers that. They're always yapping on about how I called in a mortar barrage on the civilian extract. Not even God was perfect, okay? I'd like to see him try to fight the entire goddamn cast of the Terminator while trying to herd these nerds to safety. You think old shiny steel dick over here was treating them any better? Because if you thought that, you'd be mildly right, because they were at least alive before I got here. Besides, look, that one was a Decepticon. The Ministry of Truth approves this message. The Ministry of Truth approves this. But we're getting off track.
Oh no, this was pre-nerf bots too. This is when bots. I by choice missed OG Creek. I think I did 1-3 set there. And I was like, nah, I'm good. It was I'm habitually more of a bug player as someone who uses the Arc Blitzer on literally every single thing that I do. But like, this was OG bots. They toned them down a little bit, which I don't know. It's interesting. This game's balancing has gone through ups and downs ever since launch. It's kind of wild to keep track of it.
The point is, as a Helldiver, you drop onto a planet, check your map, and fuck up as much or as little as you feel like fucking up, then extract. Sometimes with your whole team, and other times, maybe you play a little bit of democratic roulette for the final seat instead. Except democracy never fails a fellow citizen. In the current market, where every big co-op game is either a PvP cock crusher or a second job simulator, it's nice to just have one game where you can enjoy the simple pleasures of super robot genocide. Brash tip, be sure to always fasten your seatbelts when extracting, or this could be you. Would you like to know more?
Standing orders in this platoon. 1, take good care of your feet. 2, try not to do anything stupid.
You got it, Lieutenant.
See that second one, instructions unclear. Please revise.
I got my leg, guys, Lieutenant Dan. Now that I've told you how we're fighting, it's time to tell you who we're fighting. There are 2 armies that fight 2 different enemies that provide 2 completely different experiences. There's, I'm from Buenos Aires and I say kill them all. And Lagraser's freaking binary! Pull in the orbital malware! But this video will not be talking about my use of a 12-gauge pest deterrent because there's a larger threat that you pansies are ignoring. Oh, you think the bugs are hard? The bugs have 2-star players, right? This big fuck that headbutts people and this guy that throws up on people.
That was OG Charger too, wasn't it? Was this OG? Oh God, because there was there was an iteration where it was armored, right? And then they de-armored it, and then they gave us back like the hooded Charger, or they added the hooded Charger, which was just OG Charger. And then they had their big update about when the Flames of Freedom, whatever that battle pass was, right? Or sorry, War Bond. It was about then that the Charger AI got nerfed, and I can't do it, dude. Like anytime I played bugs, the Chargers were nerfed. Just they weren't the same. I know it's meant to make them easier. I know that it was too much. That especially when you give like a 200% buff to Thermite, which is just super efficient at dealing with them. I think the Charger nerf, the AI nerf, made them way too brain dead.
Sorry to say it, but you're just fighting kindergarteners. Sure, you got the Bile Titan that's more difficult to fight, but not when you deliver an orbital back shot. Meanwhile, while you've been enjoying your Kodak moments, live, laugh, loving, enjoying the goddamn merry-go-round, shooting rainbows out of your assholes, etching your names into trees and KISSING, we've been fighting communists. And the shit we've seen... It makes nightmares look like a trip to Kokomo, Marty. I'm talking sandals, full package, spa and facial included, Marty. Couples retreat, hammocks, and 5 o'clock dinners, Marty. You know what's worse than a commie man? A commie robot, because they can't even feel the hurt we're putting on him. You know, for a long time, I thought the HE barrage radius was a flat circle. But now I understand that it really just shoots anywhere except for where the beacon lands, Marty. Why does it not fucking ever hit him?
Bro, every time you throw down a 380, I will throw 2 380s on a point, and it will hit everywhere but where I wanted it to hit. It will hit me on occasion, too, every single time.
Marty. Whole fucking thing, man. It's all one big fucking lie. I don't know where I was going with this, Marty. Now, technically, the Super Earth True News Networks calls them socialist automatons. In fact, just so I don't get my head rightfully liberated from my body, here's the official wording from the Ministry of Truth.
The socialist automatons terrorize innocent families.
However, Oxford Dictionary states that, in Marx's theory, socialism is a transitional state between the overthrow of capitalism and the realization of communism. So, brother, in Fleek's theory, socialism is the transitional state between my foot going up their commie ass because not a goddamn soul is rescinding my right to buy a 4K TV at Costco. The robots are...
That was a good bit. That was a 10.
Aggressors, heavy hitters. In fact, I'd wager to say that we actually fight a lot closer to how Charlie did back in the day. Because now we're the ones hiding in the goddamn bushes from the flaming verfus, jumping out yelling, "Die AI, serial code number 72398234319." We are if the VC weren't fighting with SKSs and rice, but rather striking the fear into Smokey's heart via napalm gender reveal parties. They got tanks, kamikazes, legally distinct dreadnoughts, shield bots, legally distinct ATSTs, these fuckers, those fuckers. Even the grunts are not very kind, but by far...
Yeah, legally distinct, and that's the thing that kind of confused me with Games Workshop being as litigious as they are, especially nowadays, right? Especially in 2025. It's kind of wild, at least publicly, that there was nothing filed against Arrowhead or Sony. That one confused me.
Or the worst are these waffle-launching, body-annihilating C-3PO wannabe pricks. I hate them not because they're the best troop, but because I'm constantly zoned out, you know, chilling, thrilling, in my prime, kicking it with the bros, thinking about the hoes, taking in the scenery. Then, bam, I'm jousting with Jesus. I'm taking more shots to the face than the girls back in Saigon. I'm getting cocked more than John Wayne's rifle. I'm getting pounded, is what I'm trying to say. And the higher the difficulty you go, the more these space Hueys are going to be flying in to drop off load after load after load of these troops in order to pummel your freedom-loving ass into the dirt until you learn the concept of stealth. I'd rather die than learn this stealth. I believe that if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a rope. And after seeing all that, if you still believe that the bug struggle even comes close, well then you can take your roach motels and shove them up your keister. Check out these commie cannons.
Turns out I just activated the cannon. I'm sorry.
Brash tip, if you want to help the team even remotely, don't use turrets, use mortars. At the very least, you'll send your teammate to collect their 72 freedoms at the managed democracy in the sky. Now it's
I have definitely played with the mod team, and we'll have a random like fill in, just like a random and just in queue. They'll pop in, they'll drop a mortar, and as soon as that mortar or turret even remotely fires near any of them, they'll just destroy it. Our mod team takes no chances with that.
time for the main event. The best part of this game, stratagems, aka what we divers call mail order brides. Because you pick one out and it blows some dude in the middle of Gary, Indiana. And the nickname becomes even more accurate when the scrambler debuff is in effect, because you think you're ordering Scarlett Johansson and instead you get Fat Bastard. Off the bat, I'll say it because Robo Charlie is beating the pussyfooting gene out of my DNA. This nuke has failed democracy so many times it should be tried for treason. When I think of a nuke, I think historically. I think turning a country from samurais to anime levels of devastation, not a radius shorter than my dick. If I nuked a McDonald's, I couldn't kill a motherfucker in the drive-thru with this. You feel me, pimp? The better nuke is activating the hell bomb without telling your teammates. Brash tip. It's not treason if it's funny.
You're actually a cute little
He's
robot.
not wrong.
I'm gonna keep this one. You guys cool with
Man, I've blown up way too many people. I love explosive ordnance.
I really gotta pay more attention.
Now listen, I'm not gonna jibber jabber on about all these orbital lawnmowers. I'm gonna save that for the orbital lawnmower tier list video. As for right now, allow me to educate you on a build that'll blow Binary Charlie so hard they'll pick a side. The HE walking napalm railgun build is the best build since God was building.
Ooh, was this made with OG rail? I mean, we have OG railgun back, but yeah, no, they nerfed that hard, and then it had to be you had to do it on unsafe, but the cost benefit of it just sucked. Oh god, I don't know. Like I have fond memories of this game, but after the 2 rounds of buffs and nerfs, well, the 2 rounds of nerfs, realistically, the whole realism thing and the whole banning in 179 countries, which there's still technically countries like actually like banned because of that. Dude, I can't. I have good memories of it, but I feel that I want more than the game can deliver.
Jack's brother. When I throw down the HE barrage, I don't know what the fuck this is going to hit. It might hit the target, it might hit a robot oil line down the street, it might hit me. And if it hits a teammate, take it up with Super Earth. I don't control this shit. The walking barrage is for when the HE barrage completely misses everything I called it in to hit. Napalm because...
Napalm's great.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning. Yes, airstrikes are better. No, I will not get rid of napalm. Because success is not results. It's a mentality. For example, my napalm just fell out of my hands and killed me. That's success. I just burnt my teammate alive. That's success. That airstrike just blew me up. You know what didn't? My napalm. It burnt me alive. Because guess what? That's success. And as for the railgun, well, I guess it's all right. I love you, railgun. Bang, bang, bang. The railgun will save your ass from any bad situation unless that situation is your failing marriage. That is, unless you follow this one easy trick. Turn off that safety on the railgun and hold the trigger until you can finally have a little bit of peace. Still here. Brash tip. Treason is the best stratagem there is. Not like that. Not like that. It wasn't like that. No. It was missing.
Now you get free air support, baby.
Yeah, no, I know. That's what I'm trying to do. Now,
I mean, it's not wrong. It's really not wrong, especially when you're getting bullied on, say, 7 and above. Like, you get hit like an 8 or a 9, and you get absolutely mollywobbed by bugs to the point you physically cannot escape. It forces you into out of bounds. Might as well just take out as many bugs as you can.
as for weapons, that artillery rifle is worse than if I just whipped out my dick and actually pissed on him. The revolver does no damage, and it does not penetrate. I mean, not that there's
Wow. Ooh, yeah, this was old Senator.
anything wrong with that. We all come up short sometimes.
Sometimes.
That semi-auto's a semi-auto. Worse yet, it doesn't even have DP round. And that explosive rifle from the Premium Battle Pass is Premium Battle Ass. Come on, baby, take me down. There's only one gun that any of us should be using, and that's the Breaker. Say with me now. This is my Breaker.
This is my
There are many like it, but this one is mine.
It's so weird because I guess this is 100% a military thing, which has really confused people when I've said similar. I heard it first in a card shop. I'm sure that it was from the military, but like literally, I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh or Naruto. And it was something about this is literally this, right? There are many like this, but this one is mine, right? And I've adopted that for everything else. It shows it's hilarious because of degree, the degree of separation from you and a meme can completely affect one's perception of it. So even knowing the source material, my immediate thought goes to card games whenever I hear this, or immediately goes to gaming. It is so strange.
Breaker is my best friend. It is my life. I must master it as I must master my life. Without me, my breaker is useless. Without my breaker, I am useless. I must fire my breaker true. I must shoot straight.
Fucking your breaker, maggot!
I was just cocking it like you told me to, Super Fleek.
I told you to treat it like your best friend, not your right hand. Get out of here! I used to cock that breaker. Cheating whore.
Amazing.
Let's talk protection. There are 4 degrees of armor. Light, medium, heavy, and holy. And whereas all the other super bitches out there rely on speed, skill, strength, I rely on my crippling addiction to gambling. How much you want to bet that's my boss? No, really, I'm talking money lines, parlays. It will be my boss. He is calling to fire me. He's currently wearing a striped blue shirt and his wife cheated on him in the last week. I have $50,000 in unmarked bills. I'm just kidding. Unless? No? Okay. Give me a second. Yellow. Nah, you're killing me, pal. All right, man, I got a jet. That was Super Master Chief on the line, yeah. We have lost the Vietnam War. Again. And he also told me that he knows that we've been selling state secrets to Space Dam in exchange for Cole's cash. You may know it as the Bitcoin before Bitcoin.
Hello?
Pimp Shaker Central has gone broken arrow. Destroy the hard drives, burn the records. So unfortunately, I gotta cut off this propaganda reel right here. I got about 3 hours to make it across the super Mexican border so I can claim super asylum. Brash tip,
Love it.
It turns out Cole's cash is very traceable. This has been your
sense, yeah.
Super Earth Public Service announcement. Would you like to know more?
Everybody's heard about the bird.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
This is Cole's cash may be traceable, but that's why you get Google Play gift cards. Oh my god.
Thanks Pimp Shaker Central for buying the war bonds that supported this 16-minute video, and another huge thanks to all the pimperers for providing the nukes. Sure, did we lose Space Dam? Yes, but we all learned a much more valuable lesson. It's all the bug player's fault.
Yeah, as a bug player, it is all my fault, 100%. No, I'll take that on the chin. What a wild trip down memory lane. Like, what a wild... That was wild to watch. And like, that's the thing, like the game is fun. And and last I understood, it was in a pretty good state. If you enjoy the game, don't let anyone sour your enjoyment on the game. If you're turned off from the game because of, like me, the balancing, the 2 rounds of nerf, the whole realism thing, and then going into the whole Sony PSN mandate. Look, we as gamers can be better to each other. If modern history is anything to go by, just respect and understand where each other's coming from. Let people enjoy the game. Let people exit the game should they want to. To which I will receive, wow, that's very undemocratic of you, Kip. I personally won't be looking at the game and will not be reinstalling it until every single country that has been affected has been, that has been fixed, that issue has been resolved. As there are at the time of recording this, there are a few countries still left on that list, which some may say is reasonable, depends with what some of the countries are. I look, this was kind of Sony's mistake. Sony needs to fix it and offer some guarantee that this will not happen in the future, because honestly that kind of killed Helldivers for me. But if you enjoy the game, just enjoy the game. That's all that really matters. Some dingus on the internet shouldn't be seen as trying to change your mind on that. And it's a fun game, don't get me wrong. If you're interested in it, definitely look into it. It was a very fun game when I played it, and last I played it played very, very well, especially with the whole the 3rd faction coming into play. But I digress. This was an awesome video from Fleekazoid. Thank you everyone for watching. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, Fleekazoid, for an amazing video. This was awesome. Definitely go check out the original video, especially if you have not. And I'll see you in the next one.